Hey guys, so I just went to go see Batman vs. Superman, Rise of the Justice League. I'm trying to remember the whole thing of it. Okay, so this is a spoiler review. I should not like to make those. Spoilers, because I have a lot to say about this movie. Okay, now please don't get mad with me. I love to argue and I love to write comments back, so anything that you don't agree with, please tell me in the comments below and we will discuss it. But that movie was an abomination. I did not like it at all. It was, so many, gosh, where do I start? It was so many things wrong with this movie. It is not an Avenger movie at all. I don't know what they were thinking. It's like they wanted to be the Avengers so bad. This should have just been Batman or Superman. Instead, it was they tried to be the Justice League, happened too fast. They started introducing different characters, and it was just so bad. Okay, first of all, it was bad casting. The casting, in my opinion, it was just not working. Ben Affleck, he really should be cast as a villain. I know he wants to be a superhero. He keeps trying to be one. He failed at Daredevil. He's failing now. He is not a superhero. Sometimes people are just not superheroes. I mean, look at Green Lantern. Ryan Reynolds. He was Green Lantern. It failed. Then he was Deadpool. Deadpool was kind of villainous. He's a hero, but kind of a villain. It worked out. Ben, you are a villain. Stop trying to be a hero. If he played, to be honest, Ben Affleck should have played Lex Luthor. He really should have. He's got that smooth, you know, kind of evil thing happening. Instead, he was Batman, and he made Batman a villain, in my opinion. Okay, I felt bad for Superman. Superman was trying to mind his business. He was getting ran raggedy. He was trying to be with his girlfriend. He was trying to just live his life. He was trying to save everybody at once. And because Batman was so freaked out that somebody more powerful than him, he decides, somebody more powerful than me, then I'm going to kill him. I mean, there's not even no reason why he decided he was going to do it. It just became, I think I'm just going to kill this guy. So that was weird. And then right after that, I like Eisenberg. I really do. The guy who played Lex in this, but he was playing the Joker. I didn't know where he was coming from with that. It's like, okay, dude, that was the most Jokerish Lex Luthor I have ever seen, ever. And it was, I see things like, you can tell the movie wants it. It's not his fault. You can tell the movie wanted the Joker. They even showed the Joker's costume and like the suitcase. And they kept, like, you could tell he wanted the Joker. But they felt like, okay, like Heath Ledger's shoes is way too big to fill. And Suicide Squad got Jared Leto. And this is just going to be too hard, so we're going to have a Joker, but let's make it Lex. And it didn't work again. It's like, okay, we still want the Joker, but we got to have a Joker that has money. And that was the most weirdest Lex Luthor I've ever seen. He kept his hair most of the movie, like extra long hair on top of it, and then he shaves at the end, and I'm like, Lex didn't shave his hair. Lex was bald. Like, he just lost it. And it was just so wrong. And then like I was saying, I felt bad for Superman. He was trying to do his thing, and Batman decides he's going to kill Superman. He weakens him like crazy. It's really Batman's fault if Superman dies. Well, sorry about that, but yeah, I'm going to let it out. Superman dies at the end. He dies at the end, which just was a buzzkill at the end of the movie on top of it. It was really sad. And I really like the guy who played General Zod. Like, I really like him. He's, what movie he played? He played in a couple of movies, but I like that actor. And when I saw they brought his dead body out, I was like, oh, good, they're going to have him start, acting. And they didn't. Instead, they made some King Kong bullcrap. I even thought it was like the Scorpion King. You know how in Scorpion King, like, The Rock was like half, CGI, like, mostly weird. It was weird. But I think it's going to kind of do that and have him look like a humanoid. Instead, they brought some Shrek-looking thing. It was like, what the freak? It was just so bad, and I hate King Kong, so it jumped the shark. And then poor Superman gets killed, and Batman was going to kill Superman too until like his girlfriend came and said, his mother's name was Martha too, right? Martha, yeah, whatever. Either way, they had the same mom name. Like, well, Lucky Superman was like, you have the same name as my mother? It's like, oh, okay. And it's like, that's what made you like him? Really? Not that he saves people all day. That's what did it for you? Y'all had the same mother? Batman was a villain, and it's a weird day when his butler is cooler than him. His butler was actually cooler than Batman. I was like, oh, go ahead. His butler actually was cool. And then it was like, gosh, what else went wrong with this movie? Like, so many things. I just did not like it. It was too long. The special effects, of course, was good. Like, that's just it. But they introduced too many characters. I actually liked Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was pretty good. She like kind of like Kim Kardashian, but she was still pretty cool. And then they tried to introduce the Flash, and I was mad because I'm a big fan of the Flash series, and so I thought that they're going to have the actor from the Flash, and instead some other guy. I'm like, that's an already established, really good series. Why not just use that Barry Allen from the Flash? Instead, you bring some other guy, and then I'm like, you know, and then I'm like, okay, maybe it'll work out, but too many people at once. What else happened? But something that every time I think about what I'm going to say about this is really something that's bothering me, and I can't remember. Oh, now I remember. Anybody who's a fan of Walking Dead like me, it's actually not bothering me. It's actually a pretty cool thing. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead like I am, I believe that the people who played Batman's as a little kid parents, ones who get killed after the movie, the parents was Maggie from The Walking Dead and their new Negan from The Walking Dead, and they was together as a husband and wife. It was kind of cool because, you know, right now, if you're a fan of that series, they're at a cliffhanger where he's about to kill one of them. And so it's kind of cool that they played the mom and dad. If I'm wrong about this, tell me in the comments. I probably messed up on it, but either way, that's pretty cool. And but yeah, it just has so many things going wrong with that movie. But I mean, the special effects was good. I liked the fact that they had 2 funerals. Like, there was a funeral for him in the city that was like so great. They had a funeral for Superman, which was like a big deal, and they had like a huge coffin, and his statue was really cool looking. And they had like another funeral for him in like a farm country, and it was so modest, and that was kind of cool because that's where his body truly was in that farmland with his mom. And I just feel like, man, this woman, she now lost her husband and her kid. It was sad. The ending was sad. And then, like, he's coming back. Of course he's coming back. Superman. Of course he's coming back. So, I don't know. It was a weird movie. I did not care for it. Tell me in the comments what did you think about it. If you haven't seen it yet, hope I didn't ruin it for you. But if you haven't seen it yet, you shouldn't watch a spoiler review because that's going to ruin it for anybody. But I was just reading on the news about Jesse Eisenberg, the one who played Lex. He says that Batman vs. Superman's Lex Luthor role was mucked in editing. And I read some of the article, and it was like basically him saying that the Lex Luthor character would have been better if the editors didn't cut out so much of what made him him. And I hear him. I like Jesse, but I feel like Lex was still kind of jokery, and I don't think that could be edited out. So I don't know. I'm going to read more of that article. Maybe I'll make another video on it if it comes out with more information. And yeah, it was a bad movie. I give it a 4 out of 10, and the 4 only because the special effects were really good. So I'll talk to you guys later. Tell me in the comments if y'all seen it already, and stay tuned for my next review, which will be definitely the Cloverfield one. I think I'm going to do this either before or after. So, okay, guys. Bye.